One teen, a local author, and a victim of violence. All three found their way to become activists and voices for change in our community. As we continue our Black History Month panel series, they sat down with me to talk about a common thread that we all share. That's obstacles Black men face today. Take a look. What's the biggest issue that you see that seems to be a commonality with each passing day that we face?
You know what, not raising, keeping it real around the table at home, not raising your child the way you're supposed to raise your child. Because see, if you, I'm gonna whoop your MF, but if you're cursing at them, you're teaching them hatred. Because guess what, you telling them that, and they're gonna tell somebody else that they still in school growing up. I'm gonna whoop your MF, but get your son of a, you know, you're teaching them that. And guess what, when out of your eyesight, the hatred goes on to the next person because they're going to say that to that other person may get angry because of the language.
So it's that old school, I guess, you know, coming from, you know, and everybody has those family members, which that's how you were raised. And so you see that as almost a negative, where some people might see that as, that's that old school, proper way of being raised.
That's a negative, because without the cursing and without direct threat toward that child is learning how to direct threat somebody else, and that person might not take it too lightly.
It teaches, it's the wrong way of teaching a child how to deal with anger. So the child sees, okay, I've angered my parent, and this is how they reacted. So whenever I feel this sort of emotion that we call anger, I should react violently.
So it's it's all about love, a lack of love, and how love can really truly heal. It's not just about a Black culture, it's all cultures.
That's right.
It's how we really truly feel about ourselves and how we feel about the other person, the random stranger walking down the street. Do I love him or do I hate him? Or am I preparing myself for violence? But if I look at Andrew, and this is our first time meeting him, and to me, I love you for no reason at all. I love him for no reason at all, just because. And we also share commonality. He's a victim of gun violence. You know, my brother's a victim of gun violence. And when I look at him, I see my brother, and I love you for that.
Love you too, brother.
So
it's a beautiful thing.
So it's all about love.
Another topic that is you know, very heavy and very omnipresent, and is without a doubt an issue in our world today: police. When you hear the word police, what do you guys think? There's your reaction right there, right?
Yeah, first of all, I laugh because you asked the question, and unfortunately, a lot of us, we still kind of get nervous, you know, when we see him. I mean, where I'm at, I'm on Chicago Avenue in Homer, and I'm in the heart of it all. When the police come, everybody's making noises. You know, they calling out 5-0, they're making the code names, the code words, and they're alerting the whole community that the police are coming, and they're getting prepared for that. You think about, could this be my turn? Am I next? And am I ready?
And when you say ready, Q, what do you mean?
Am I ready? And this could be a possible situation that I could be possibly victimized, just for a random stop.
Well, I think, you know, going through that process, you got a lot of bad apples on every job.
Of course.
But at the same time, if you are committing a criminal act, you know sooner or later police is going to walk up, pull up. Now, on the other hand, as far as African American and white American, well, so many African Americans we're in this situation, but you also have some white Americans that are in the same situation too. It's just we at a higher standards, and then the Hispanics is at a higher standard with it too. But we have to look at the fact, we got to weed out the bad officers, because I done seen some where on the videos, well, what was the extra kick for? You can take a person down, but take them down, the protocols are where you train.
True, your perception would, I imagine, be a little bit different, just given age. Do you see this through a different lens?
My relationship with police in general, I personally never had a negative run-in with the police. Even when I was doing a life of crime, how I acted in the moment or in opposition, even though I'm just got caught for a crime, it would be negative, but it always ended well if I took accountability for my actions and just was honest about the situation. But then I see in the media and the world, I have family members who had completely opposite run-in with them.
Today, the biggest change in that now with everybody.
Has that impacted enough change? Because I still turn on the TV, I still see images captured, but even though those bad ones are caught on that camera, You still see
You
the
still-
verdict come,
you
and it
still
doesn't
see
go
it.
the way that it should go, and you still see this continuing to occur.
Cameron has exposed it all for, this has been going on since the beginning of time.
But it's opened it up.
But now we can see more, but now we can know what's going on in Texas and Ohio and Chicago and this and that because the media is showing it now, so we really, really know.
What can the police force do, though, more to further restore your faith in them and a belief that they're on your side?
I feel that any police force, station, whatever, that has an officer that is on trial or caught red-handed being dirty, the rest of those officers should hold him accountable instead of this whole no officer against an officer code that I heard of. I don't know how true that is.
Weed them out.
We're gonna just
Identify
weed them
and
out.
weed them out.
Just weed them out and hold them accountable and all the good officers speak up.
Instead of just being trained how to deal with violence and how to deal with situations, they also need to be trained on how to deal with people verbally as well and coach them out of situations versus dealing with it in more of a physical capacity. Since you're talking to me in more of a civilized manner, then we actually can have a conversation. You think it's okay that you can just put the gun down? By the way you're talking to me, I'm going to put the gun down. So let's just talk about it. But when we take aggression with aggression,
Like I was saying earlier.
it's going to happen just like that.
Yeah, it's going to be explosive, potentially.
Just like that.
Really interesting conversation right there. I think when you talk about black men and their opinion of the police, I think ignorantly people would think, oh, there's probably just hatred. And that's not what you saw right there. It was basically perspective saying we just want this respect from them. We understand the job they're trying to do. We understand that there's criminals that need to be arrested, and it's how you arrest them, but it's also understanding we're trying to do the right things over here. Don't come at us disrespectfully, because not all of us are out here committing crimes.
Don't assume.
And holding accountability on both sides with police and the black males in the community. I thought it was a great conversation.
Yeah, you asked a lot of good questions in there too.
Thank you very much. All right, well, we're going to be airing these clips all month long, everybody, so be sure to tune in to see what we're talking about next.